Welcome to the Thursday night, 3-page Thursday. We're getting ready to read scenes 110 through 116 out of The Savages. You know what savage is? The dog has gas. Okay. The Savages. This is an original screenplay by Tamara Jenkins, and this is my favorite thing about this already. We haven't even gotten started into this. This is an original. I was just at the theater to see The Beekeeper. It's a streamer. You can wait and stream that and clean your house while you watch. Moving on. Everything else advertised that coming. There is Inside Out 2, Panda 4, a remake of Wonka was there. There was not one, other than The Beekeeper, there wasn't one original screen. Moving on. I would love to see more original stories. Here we go. Let's get started. The Savages, Best Original Screenplay by Tamara Jenkins. I'm starting in, oh, and thank you. It was Diane Venora who gave me these little books. These are what they send out to voting members in the Academy to read so that they can vote on Best Screenplay. I'm starting on page 76. It is scene 110, exterior, green. Girl. You can't see her, but, oh, I should have put her out. Sorry, I don't want to be distracted. Let's get into it. Green Hill Manor Nursing Home Day. John pushes Lenny away from the building. Wendy follows. From their tense expressions and sideways glances, it's clear they have a lot to say to each other, but are somehow managing to hold it. The march to John's car is painfully silent. Then, clunk. John closes the passenger door on Lenny and immediately lays into Wendy. What did you say to them? And Wendy says, I said he was pretty good, except sometimes he goes in and out. And John, in and out, Wendy. The man has dementia. Wendy says, I know, but they only had beds for people that were more independent, and I thought if we could just get him in there. John notices Lenny peering out from the car and urgently gestures for Wendy to follow him. He marches several yards away from the car, and Wendy catches up with him, and John says, You're wasting our time on fantasies. She said she'd put him on one of the waiting lists. I mean, I'm just doing it for Dad. John says, Wendy, Dad is not the one that has a problem with the Valley View. I just want to improve Dad's situation. Is that a crime? There is nothing wrong with Dad's situation. Dad's situation is fine, but he's never going to adjust to it if we keep yanking him out of there. Let us move we're on to page 77. Actually, this whole upward mobility fixation of yours is counterproductive and frankly, pretty selfish. Selfish? This thing isn't about Dad. It's about you. You and your guilt. That's what your place, and that's what these places prey upon. I just think it's nicer here. John says, of course you do. You're the consumer that they want to target. You're the guilty demographic, the landscaping, the neighborhoods of cars. They're not for the residents. They're for the relatives, like you and me, who don't want to admit what is really going on here, which is, he bellows, people are dying, Wendy, right inside that beautiful building, right now. It's a horror show. And all this wellness propaganda and landscaping is just trying to manicure and obscure the miserable fact that people die. And death is gross and gruesome and filled with piss and shit and rot and stink. The faint sound of squeaking. John and Wendy turned to see. A woman wheeling her frail grandmother across the lot. She is clearly upset by John's ranting. The woman. Oh, come on, Nana. Hold on. Sorry, it's the dog. Come on, Nana. Wendy and John watched the woman pass, deeply ashamed of their display. To make things worse, they notice that Lenny is peering out at them from the car, bewildered by what's going on. This is something interesting. I'm going to show it to you in the screen, in the writing. Can you see that right there? Whoa, it's a dog. These two scenes are omitted. I wonder what they were. Scene 111 and 112 were omitted. We're picking up at scene 113. I got to yell at the dog. JL, sit. Sit. Apologies. Okay. Valley View Nursing Home Day. On the events bulletin board, a paper Thanksgiving turkey is plucked off and replaced by a paper Santa, which is staple gunned down. The camera pans to find Wendy walking down the hall, carrying several shopping bags from Urban Outfitters. Lenny's room, dusk. A series of shots as Wendy decorates the room with a bedside lamp. She clicks it on and steps back to admire its cozy, tender glow. A large red velour pillow, which she props up against the headboard. A supermarket plant that she finds a spot for on the windowsill. A bronze Ganesh, which she positions next to the plant. Forgive me. I think next time I will wear my glasses because I'm having a hard time reading the little words. Okay. Scene 115 later. Wendy inserts a plug in the wall and looks up at her most extravagant purchase, a lava lamp glowing continuously and ominously on the bureau. What do you think, Dad? Night has fallen. Lenny sits on the side of the bed in his newly decorated room, which is now less nursing home, more dorm room. Lenny says, "What's it do?" looking at the lava lamp. "Nothing," says Wendy. "It's just something to look at." Lenny nods in bewildered appreciation. Okay. And again, forgive me. One, I don't have my glasses on. Two, the dog is loose and terrorizing the cat and anything else in the house. Okay, moving on. The young aide off screen says, "How you doing, Mr. Savage?" Lenny says, "Hiya, Jimmy." Wendy whips around, eager to see Jimmy, but discovers it's another attendant, entering the room instead, and she's deeply embarrassed by her dad's mistake. Wendy says, "Oh, that's not Jimmy, Dad." "The hell are you talking about?" "It's someone else." "Sorry, he's kind of..." And the aide says, "That's all right. It's me, Howard, Mr. Savage. I'm here to put you to bed. Thursday's Jimmy's night off." As Howard begins helping Lenny get ready for bed, Wendy puts her coat on. "I better get going, Dad. Good night." She gives him a kiss on the head. "Good night," says Lenny. As Howard, on her way out through the curtain, Wendy says, "Good night, Mr. Sperry," and he says off screen, "Good night." Howard tucks Lenny in and snaps the bed rail up. A mechanical hum can be heard as Howard lowers his bed into the sleeping position. Howard shuts off the new bedside lamp and then the glow of the lava lamp and clicks it off as well. The room is dark. Oh, this movie is available on Amazon. It's just The Savages. It was made in the mid-90s. It is worth a watch. I gotta yell at the dog. Jill? She just looks at me. Anywho, thank you for joining me as we did 3-page Thursday. Do you have a screenplay that you want read out loud? Let me know in the comments or send me a message. Are you an actor or a comedian or a voiceover artist? and you want to come on live with me and read, because this needed a Lenny and this needed a John. So if you have something you want read, message me. If you want to read along with me, message. That's the main thing. 3-Page Thursday is designed to just build community for the creatives, for the screenwriters, for the filmmakers, for the storytellers, for the actors, the comedians, the voiceover artists. That's what 3-Page Thursday is about. This is for you. So I hope you enjoyed The Savages. The film is available. And on that note, I saw it. We're at 10 minutes. So I said we'd be just 10 minutes, just a short read, 3 pages. The Savages is good. If you have a screenplay you want read, write me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.